know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Some counties, some counties you're gonna fucking probably have to deal with the shit. But, in most cases, the shit you see on movies and shit, people get people like getting sexually taken advantage of and shit. Like that's not gonna happen. Like if you go in there and be yourself, normal, fucking, they must mind your business. Get out of jail. You don't have to worry about pulling your pants down, pulling drawers on like your ass. Just do your fucking time. Read some books, do some push-ups. Get your health back, whatever. You won't be on the internet. People won't be editing videos on you and shit. Just fucking. But it's not just them though. I can't just blame it on them. I can't just blame it on the rats and shit like that. It's fucking the government too, snatching everybody's jobs and shit. They said I was watching some news clip. I was watching some fucking news clip. Fucking Biden. They say Biden created over 6 million fucking jobs, which is a complete bullshit. And if he did create fucking 6 million jobs, the jobs went to. That's what he didn't do. If anybody created jobs, fucking Trump did. But off the politics. But yeah, man, that's a big part of the reason too, man. It's actually people's jobs for this bullshit COVID. Fucking giving this shit to people. So now nobody has jobs. Nobody fucking has jobs. Everybody's fucking bored. Let's go purge. Let's go do some soft fucking purging. Which actually, it's not soft because people weren't dying. Not as many as on the movie, but they ain't got all the fancy knives and all the fucking shit. But they're purging in their own way. This is a fucking purge. This is a fucking purging, dog. So if anybody's came on here, why they took off the comments and shit, I'm not responding because I can't see the comments right now. I think that fucking weirdo took my comments off. I can't say for sure though. But yeah, everybody's doing good now. Hope everybody's doing all right.
So this is also oh, look at this. Now it's all blackmail. It's all so much unrest is going to happen. There's more to it than just
Yeah. I've been having world so far. Not that one right there. Oh, is that it? No, that ain't it. I got 3 fucking trucks. They say that it's been 3 different trucks as I'm on the freeway. They say Swift on them. I don't know what company that is, but they say Swift. SWIFT. All 3 of the motherfuckers have one headlight. Yeah, man, it gotta be rap. That shit was like the way the desert went to the air and shit. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Alright, they're making me I can't pass up. This is the where I'm stopped at. It says as I be facing the vaccine and trying to get the comments back there. I think they're playing. It came back. What's up? What's going on? anybody talk to Steven Stacy? I know he's been gone for a while. I can't see any more comments about that. If anybody asks me anything, just go ahead and ask me because they took those comments away. Hey, what's going on, Ross? Or are you nappy? Is this the day? Yeah, it's hot as fuck. This is I left LA. Listen, I'm on my way to San Jose. I left LA, past San Diego, and wherever I went through San Diego, and wherever this shit is right here. I don't know. It might be Bakersfield or some shit. I don't know. But it's desert. It's hot. It's hot as shit. I can't say. Well, I can't really say that. But I can't say I wasn't targeted as far out here. I can say that. I don't know if it's as many. It's just a different. I guess it's a different girl. It's not as definitely not as advanced. Like I don't want to say that. I don't want to take away from it, but it's not. It's not as high tech as out there and shit. But it's just it's just not. But they definitely have it. They definitely have it. I just think I think why it's so bad out there. It's bad everywhere. Don't get me wrong. I just think that it's you got fucking NASA out there. You got fucking Google. Fucking you got what's the fucking the one that everybody be ordering shit off of Amazon. You got Amazon out there. Like Amazon is smack down like right there. Not only they sponsor and participate. Like the tech motherfuckers, like all the tech motherfuckers and shit that create the gadgets and shit. Like we probably example shit. And don't take my laughter for anybody that fucking doesn't know me or hasn't been on this channel before. Don't take me like when I laugh like this and shit. It's not because I think it's funny. It's like it's like a nervous side. I'm not nervous. It's just the way I fucking I feel this shit. But yeah, we're probably getting zapped and shit. I deal with fucking shit like the police and government and shit. You got like these fucking science tech motherfuckers probably creating their own fucking shit. Like these people are fucking smart. Like these, not to be sounding crazy and no shit like that, but they probably ain't even fucking executing. Like if you look at some of that shit that fucking DARPA and fucking all these dark tech fucking industry motherfuckers is making it. Like they're making some fucking machines that kill shit. Like fucking, and the whole thing about it, the average, well, I'm not gonna say the average person, any one of us, we're gonna fucking see the shit. We're gonna see these smoke, but they create it all up and fucking take that shit to fucking carnivals. These are machines that they created to kill. Like these are just prototypes and shit. They take all this. They give us the prototypes to all the fucking murder shit. They got like the drones and shit. You got all these fucking toy drones and shit flying around with cameras and shit on it. And they got the real fucking drones that they fucking dropping bombs on people and shit like that. You know, you got the prototypes and shit. That's the shit they fucking, you know, that's the shit they created and shit. Just to fucking create the fucking, you know, like a model of what they were creating. And they just gave the, you know, they gave the fucking scraps to the fucking stupid humans and shit. We think that shit's fucking cool, flying around, fucking filming each other like they're fucking dropping bombs on fucking innocent civilizations and shit. Blowing people off the fucking map. Oh shit. They make these fucking robots and prototypes and send them to the fucking fairs. All the little kids play with them. They think they cool and they fucking create robots that you can take home. You take these fucking robots home, become sensitized to them and shit. Think they're fucking cool. They're gonna take care of you and shit when you get old and fucking, you know, take care of the dog while you're on vacation and shit. Not even knowing them motherfuckers just got a chip in them, waiting for the government to fucking, waiting for the government to push that fucking button. So, you know, either you fucking blow up like a fucking machine gun against you, or fucking kill you and shit. Like fucking, they got fucking wanted, you wanted by the fucking police, your fucking, the robot got cameras in it, facial recognizing, and sending that shit back fucking to the police station and shit. Like, the fucking robot's a fucking spy, and you don't even know it. Like, it's fucking bringing you breakfast. It's fucking playing bets with you and shit. Oh man, this shit's crazy, guys. Playing fetch with you. Meanwhile, when it's time to take our guns and shit, they got another set of robots that, just like the ones you got, that they strap weapons on. They fucking, you know, fucking here 6, 7 miles underground and fucking, you can be way up on the mountain and shit, hiding in the bushes on
To you, well, this is all deliberate with 13 bloodline families. There's so many people around the world know exactly what's going on to their situations. It's a guy who doesn't get hacked like me, and he's living out this plan, able to travel. Don't know how. See, if you've got a car, you've got your mobile, you're better off just getting out and traveling. This frequency BS in my own is demonic. It's turning out. Get off the demons. End of times, demons. Faith is important, you see. They set out the souls of the dark occult. Do what? Gaslight? Perpetrators? See, the mind control with the military technology is extremely high in the evidence. Targeted program book, but the 5G frequencies are ramping up. Again, I've only had the brainwave technology. Yeah, and to like imply that we don't want that individual living in an area. And they will gaslight you and target you to psychologically get you, you know, the program, target program. It's like the bikes is all symbolism. But then you've got the weather falling in, the comet skies, the earth. You know, they're not going to let on with what's going on with the weather. I've got all the evidence for a period of time. I don't like it. And I say it all the time. You know, you've got the Negro system. You got all this transhumanism, Agenda 2050, it's all for a purpose. You got the housing agents, on my coast, targeting me with local individuals. I mean, it's been going on for years, but it's more interlinked. Ego. And the way they do it, it's like I found out the company now everything in England is all hooked up to digital. They want to like link up the human mind, hive mind, and the body. So you like on the grid, you're owned. You're literally owned because the patterns and technology they're using. And the civil unrest is going to hit horrendously, you know. And why would you want public servants to order a huge amount of body bags in all over England? Oh, I've seen the documents.
AI into your fucking heartbeat from the chemtrail and all that other fucking nanotechnology that's strapped all inside of us and shit. It's crazy, man. It's no anybody that all those fucking survivalists and shit. I mean, I promote that shit. Like I'm 100% with that shit. I think you should fucking be prepared and shit. But I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to fucking really be fucking prepared. You're gonna have to be disciplined. Like you're gonna have to really move like the fucking military and shit. Like, cause you're not just gonna have humans. Like you're gonna have to fucking know how to track shit. You gotta fucking look on the fucking ground and shit and see what's been tracking you. Fuck that. It's evil. Everything that they're creating, ladies and gentlemen, is against us. Everything. They're turning the water against us. They're turning the food against us. They're turning the air against us. All the elements. All the elements that we need to survive have been contaminated on purpose. And they tell us they're contaminated. They tell us in our fucking face. And we go for it. That's why they do. That's why they do everything the fucking that they do. Is because we go for it. They fucking tell you fucking we're letting fucking mosquitoes with viruses out. We're literally we fucking we're doing an experiment.
Right, do this one. We'll get this.
Fucking create.
Cut them off too. Life is trying to get by. They watch you, the bucky flats, they do all sorts, and they can run it. Here's the frequency talking in the commands. And they're blocking people coming into the stream.
Meet Uni, the world's first banking experience tailor-made for e-commerce and performance marketing. Uni's Platinum credit card is made for media buying, with 1% cashback.
Good morning, folks. It is Matt Rogers. It is now the 28th of August, 2021. Now, Sarah Winfield, based in Alaska, showed up a very interesting artifacts explaining maths. A couple of years ago, I pulled out a camera whilst walking my dog, and I could see something amongst the trees, moving behind the trees. I caught this photograph, and I've kept it to myself. Please show your audience. You're doing a fantastic job. This is a picture, folks. This is something that is being shown on the screen, that this person, just by walking her dog, and then notice something behind the clouds. Now, this is amazing because we notice the cloud systems, but there is something in front of the clouds that is moving behind the trees. Now, we've seen this before by noticing this square-shaped object with similar smaller white lights or something else in between the object moving strangely behind trees. But this object as well, photograph, showed up this UFO. Now, indeed, we speak about the topic of black holes on different broadcasts. I've got some amazing photography coming through that I will show over the weekend. But indeed, these photographs are still coming through as well. What kind of entity or formation are we noticing here on this very photograph that was taken some time back? But indeed, that is damning evidence. You can notice the characteristics and the shape of the formation. That's in front of the clouds, folks. This third photograph shows a panoramic view of three objects. This is totally amazing because what we're noticing is the larger object to the right-hand side, but we're seeing two smaller objects moving across the skies in the background towards where we see that huge tree. Something of craft. Now, these people also explain they don't make a noise. They're nothing like military or a known craft or something else. They're just very silent. And it seems to be back engineered. They move, they show up back engineered. They move, they show up back engineered. They move, they show up back engineered. They move.
See that what it said? Oh, the download sent up to my
Glorify, the #1 app for Christian daily worship. Track your daily worship and build good work.
These are times of confusion. These are times of perplexities, even beyond that which the writer wrote about at the time that he wrote about. And yet, the days we are facing today would rival the days that were faced back then with plagues and disease and turmoil and political mayhem and controversy and people said at ill ease. Those are external things, and you would not think that they had internal weight, but they do. They affect us. In the deepest part of our being, they affect us. We don't have to work in Washington to be affected by politics. They affect us. There's a foreboding feeling hovering over us most of the time. Or there's a feeling of frustration or a feeling of celebration or a feeling of discontentment. It affects us. And we're placed in an atmosphere of discontentment. Subconsciously, it accumulates along with the confusion and the complications of our own lives. They come together and clap their hands, and my head is in between the hand clap. And the pressure of what's going on around me, coupled with the pressure that's going on inside of me, makes it a tough time. When you add it all up, you notice little subtle things about yourself that are starting to change. Maybe it's your eating habits have started to change. Some people lose their appetite. Some people gain their appetite. Some people want comfort foods, and some people can't eat at all. Some people get indigestion. Some people get nauseated. Some people get insomnia and they do not rest well. They do not sleep well. Some people get moody and they become cranky and hard to deal with. But there's no way you can have all of that storm on the outside and the boat not rock on the inside. It's gonna be some. I know there are some of you that say you're such a Christian that it doesn't bother you at all, and your confession is so positive that you have no distraction at all. But if we were to measure it out, your body is made up in such a way that it cannot remain oblivious to stress. It signals, it has sensors and signals that go throughout the biological composition of the human body that cause the stress factors, because stress was designed so that we would survive in primitive environments with the ability to fight or flight. Adrenaline is released when we're under stress, and when that adrenaline is not used, it collects and turns to stress. And stress expresses itself in a lot of hideous ways. Now, let's go deeper with it, because what we must understand if we're going to delve into this text is that God is not speaking here so that we will have a deeper understanding of our theology. No. If you will read the text carefully, you will find that it is not preoccupied with theology as much as it is that it is preoccupied with our psychology, that God wants us to have an anchor for our souls. Yeah. It's amazing to me that God, who runs the universe, who sits on the circle of the earth and has all power in his hand, would be concerned about my emotional well-being. But in the text, God says, I learned something from watching you, that the giving of an oath is for you the end of all strife. So as God said, I thought I would do like you, I would swear. He said, but it created a dilemma for me. I was going to swear so you would relax and trust me in the turbulence of times. But swearing was a problem for me, because I looked for someone greater than myself to swear by. And finding nothing greater than myself, then I had to decide to swear by myself that my word was true. Good God Almighty. You know you got clout when you can swear by yourself. God said, I put myself on the line. What about that? Surely blessings I will bless thee. Now, at the time that God first says, surely blessings I will bless thee, he says it to Abraham, and he gives Abraham a promise, and he enters into covenant with Abraham. And notice when he says, surely I will bless thee. Surely blessings I will. Surely blessings, that's one tense, I will bless thee. So you're already blessed that you got to hear it, but I will bless thee. Surely blessings I will. Present tense, and multiplying, I will multiply thee. And he's saying it to Abraham, that Abraham will realize a portion of that blessing in his lifetime, but some of the blessings God has for Abraham doesn't have enough life to receive. I want that to sit on you. That God has more blessings than Abraham has life. So God said, I have so much to give you that you're going to die before you get it all. And so I'm going to have to pour it out on your children and on your children's children and on your children's children's children, because you don't have enough life to compete with the level of blessing I have for you. And here you are praying about what's going on right now. And I'm talking to you about what's next. And we're entering into a conversation between God and his friend. Abraham was the friend of God. He was the friend of God. That means he had the kind of relationship that Jesus says that a servant knoweth not what his master doeth, but a friend knows what the master doeth. Henceforth I call you no longer servants, for a servant knoweth not what his master doeth, but I call you friends. Friends means I tell you stuff I don't tell nobody else. And so God whispers at Abraham, said, hey, man, let me let you in on a little secret. I got more blessings than you got days. I got more healing than you got disease. I got more life than you got time. I got more prosperity than you got strength to receive. I got stuff for you that you will never get to finish harvesting. It will pass to your children and to your children's children and to your children's children's children, because I'm God. If a man bless you, that's one thing, but if God bless you, that's an eternal blessing. That's an immutable blessing. That's an everlasting blessing. And we're listening at this conversation that God wants Abraham to have, and he says, I don't want you to be worried about it. So God says, I'm worried. I'm worried about you being worried. I don't want you to be worried about it. I want you to know that I'm going to do it. And so I wanted to end all strife by the giving of an oath. I wanted to end the pressure so you could sleep tonight. I wanted to bring you to a place of rest so that you
understand that if active duty military actually get deployed within the United States, that weapon is not just pointed at other people, other countries. It's pointed at you. If you do not get in your house when I tell you to, you become the enemy. Martial law.
Well, I bless you. You don't have to ask me about this no more. Surely, blessings, I will bless you. If I sat down right now, I preached. If you can just chew up that God promised to bless you, that God promised to multiply you, then why are you worried? Why are you sad? Why are you discouraged? Why are you forlorn? Don't you know that he watches over you? That if he cares for the sparrow and if he painted the colors of the lilies, that God is already aware of what you're going through?
Yeah, still hacked. Still hacked. Demons.
gonna cost too much money to fucking save all of you guys. Some of you guys like never mind what is wiped out from all. Never mind everybody else is wiped out. You still need a couple more. That's why COVID is getting out. COVID. And rest in peace, Wayne. Rest in peace, Wayne. It's not a funny thing. It's not a funny thing. COVID, all of a sudden drops. And then all of a sudden that shit be right back up. You know, they got people dealing with shit. Is this a real fucking thing? Like the way they say this shit is airborne and all that fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. That shit is not fucking. That shit is picking up too fucking quick. How the fuck are you gonna fucking drop? It's just like those fucking hurricanes and shit. They're testing our fucking brains out. And we're, most of us are gonna go for it. It's sad to say that most of the planet, from all the fucking devious ass fucking governments, most of the planet is gonna go for the fucking bullshit. It's like those fucking, those hurricanes that did fucking, they were doing 360s and shit. Unnatural fucking hurricane, or was it hurricane or tornadoes? Those fucking tornadoes doing all that fucking unrealistic shit. All this fucking shit happened back to back, tsunami here, fucking crazy tornadoes here and here. And we know that fucking, a lot of, when God comes back, we're gonna know what God's doing right now. Like, he's gonna show us, like, when he comes back. This shit that they're doing, they're trying to make this fucking thing like some fucking supernatural shit is going on, but this is them. This is fucking, this is these fuckers doing all this crazy shit, killing people, fucking wiping fucking, a lot of people out, man. They're getting away with it, smiling, telling you, oh, we're gonna make everything better. Wear this fucking mask over your face, fucking carbon dioxide and stuff. Fucking, yeah. You gotta work all day with this fucking mask on your face, all day, every day, 9 hours. I don't know where the fuck you work. I don't know how hot it is, where the fuck you work. But, the cooler the fucking better, but you gotta breathe that fucking shit in all fucking day. You're a fucking carbon dioxide. Tell me you're not fucking busy sometimes when you take that fucking mask off. Tell me you're not fucking feeling something. Like, you might not be doing that. It's fucking like hindsight. You might not know that that's what you're doing. You don't know that's what you're doing. So that's why you're feeling busy sometimes. That's why you be having headaches and shit. Your nose be feeling like it's wants to fucking breathe and shit. And you're breathing in all your fucking carbon monoxide. And that's state mandated. It's state mandated. And it's like, and I know that shit be uncomfortable. Like, I know some of them clerks and shit be mad. They be like, I know, like, if I gotta wear this motherfucker all day, you can wear it for like 2 minutes. Like, they know that's how they go. That's their attitude. They know that's gonna be their attitude. So they have no problem until they put on the mask. Like, they can't fucking kill us. They can't kill us with the fucking. They can't kill us with the fucking. They can't take the number of us with the fucking virus. They're gonna kill fucking government. You know, you ain't been eating right. You know, long as the thing fucking, you know, it's been that vaccine case, fucking, you know, going on. We ain't supposed to have that shit. And that shit, we're not supposed to have it. Luckily, some of us have been so fucking contaminated. Like, luckily, a lot of us have been so fucking contaminated with fucking garbage in the air and all that fucking pussy that, you know, that shit might not really affect us like that. You know, a lot of us will know such like, you know, people that healthy people, like, don't have like no contamination in them. That's what I'm saying. This is, I don't want people, I don't want people to be fucking that toxic or nothing like that, but, you know, it's just more likely like the person that would fucking, like, when it attacks you, that fucking, like, it will overtake them a lot more because they're a lot more pure, like, they're a lot more fucking toxic. Don't have garbage in them for years and years and years of fucking smoking cigarettes and fucking breathing chemtrails and fucking smelling tar, fucking all this fucking all this shit in the air, like, you know, toxic fast on that shit. Like, it's like, even if you've been to like an Indian sweat, like, you fucking go in that shit and with all that sage, you be inside that little tent or whatever it is, it's like a tent, like little lava rocks, with like little lava rocks in it. My phone's on the die, so but you sweat that shit out. First, like, when you step out of it, that shit, that's just like from a, that's from like, you know, 3 hour session, you know, like burning rocks and shit, like, come out there feeling like a new person. So just imagine, it's like detoxing and being healthy and being healthy, and that shit was fucked up. Or giving it to us one more word, man. See, Japan is a little different. They give it to them people that kill their people, but they don't care. Or not like that, but you know, like the little crazy guy, like he wouldn't kill you, like they showed it on the news. The lady just walked up to him and
Just like these different words.
brother, like they just fucking put the fucking oh man, I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm sorry you guys, it's not funny that it happened. But you know, it's just crazy, like you know, they just let the lady, and this was on TV, but this lady just walked on fucking to her brother at the airport or whatever it was, just fucking tapped his nose with a white rag or whatever it was over. So they're doing the same thing to us. They're just tapping us in a different way. But yeah, that's what I was saying before that on the other video, like before it fucked up, we go for anything. So they're gonna do that. We go for everything, bro. And everybody, sorry about that, you guys. I gotta catch you guys. Watching your phone. That's hella hot.
See?
like that they put virus on. Nobody said that. Like I remember when people used to make like if something that was on a cartoon, a TV show, like people would call it in the NBC and fucking like Floyd made fucking mistake, like Floyd maybe said some fucking foul shit or some fucking shit like that. People would fucking raise the fucking shit about that shit, man. Now people like fucking anything. If you're in the entertainment industry, primetime TV shows, fucking kids get making out.
Double pages, John. But yeah, man, in a way, people don't want to, people don't want to wake up. Even if they may have a hard time, even if they may have a hard time believing in this hard shit, this all the shit that the government has done. I hope a lot of these people are fucking count that shit out and stuff. This fucking shit that they found. I hope people really fucking put two and two together or whatever. I'm only some fucking weirdo. Most people, they don't know what he's talking about. Fucking man. Alright, but I'm just saying though, like, I hope a lot of people, I hope you know what's going on and just continue like because it's better to know. I'm not gonna say it's better to know and be silent about it. I mean, that can go both ways. That can go, that can go either or in some cases. It's better to be silent about it and just not act like you know about it. So it can go both ways. Just know that I hope you at least know. I hope you're not just some fucking weirdo who thinks these pieces of tree, fucking shit you see in the sky is fucking clouds or some fucking bugs ready to drop. Like you see this shit on a repetitive, fucking day in the sky, you see what it does, you see that anything that a fucking cloud does, or anything that a fucking jet does. You see nothing doing it other than that. So I mean, I hope you know that that shit is contaminating your body with something called modalities. Nobody gets away from it.
might be, I mean, it might not show any symptoms. Now, you could be, you cannot be showing any symptoms. Whatever they point, whatever fucking gadget they want to point at you. Remember, every time you're talking shit about somebody, every time you're fucking making fun of, bullying somebody about their fucking whatever, just know that you're one gadget away from one frequency where you get around the wrong force field, and all of a sudden, it's gonna look like acne popped out of nowhere. You're gonna think you got bit by bugs. You're gonna think fucking, you got a rash. You're gonna think some wet out shit bad until you realize you go to the fucking doctor. The doctor's gonna tell you that you're fucking delusional. That's exactly how it's gonna happen. You're gonna have a gadget in your house. You're gonna have one of those fucking things whenever electronic I'm sorry, you guys, it's not fucking fun, but it's real shit, man. You're gonna have some of that shit. You're gonna have some electronic on you. You're gonna be jogging, and whatever you're doing, you're gonna be just around that wrong area. There's a lot of frequency going on. And that's just gonna fucking activate that nanotechnology. Once it activates that shit, man, you gotta do a lot of training. There's a lot of people out there suffering, man. There's a lot of people out there suffering behind whatever fucking reason. I think, my reason for them putting this shit out here might be a little spaced out to you guys and shit. I don't want to add that shit in. Fuck that shit. Targeting is already too much for people to comprehend. So, yeah, man. Put it like this. The same shit that's keeping us up. I'll put it like this. That shit is some of the other things in life. Like other things that survive on this planet, bro. That's what's up. That's damn. We are not, and I'll go as far as to say this, I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with me on this, but there are some higher ups that just aren't us. When I mean us, I mean it's species, human. I'm mistaken. I think the Bible says that. I'm gonna get to that conversation. I'm sorry.
People are just gonna be scared, right? And while you have very convicted people, you have a lot of people in cryptocurrency today. A lot of big money is in cryptocurrency that's basically ready to sell at any second. And you gotta understand, like, there's $2 trillion market cap. How much of that $2 trillion is actually really convicted, diehard, hardcore fans?
Talk about
Not
crash.
$2 trillion worth, right? So you can start to have a cascade quite easily.
There is going to be financial crash. The whole bloody world is falling apart.
Yes. I did a video about that. I hope you saw the video today. I covered that in the second half of the video, so highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already.
2 o'clock in the morning.
Thank you for the support. Gold exploding, check. Weak US dollar, check. What's next? Black swan coming soon. Think Mother Nature, prescription, plus dollar go. Long volatility. A lot of people are saying volatility because it's just been kind of declining for the longest period of time for no reason whatsoever, other than the fact that Fed essentially has a short position on the volatility, pushing it down. But what could happen? I don't know. I would love to see gold come up a little bit. There's some sort of realism in the markets, but just right around this range of 1800 for such a long time. All right.
The weather's going to go really strange, right? I forgot what
default rates evasion and foreclosure. I think that's common.
And
collecting back rent will plug out the courts. Yeah,
there's not much people can do.
100%.
The military, well, are they going to be about doing that?
Greetings from Amsterdam, beautiful city.
Who's going to? I'll tell you.
I had a hot papered with 1920s China railway stock shares as a child after 2000.
I know what's going to happen.
Back when the communists, rich, they had paper, they used paper.
Market's going to crash.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on, it's just turn that down. Pause it. Right, so 2 o'clock UK time. They're not going to tell, nobody's going to tell nobody about, well, apart from powers that be, when people are already aware. Go on the YouTube channel, there's a website, there's blogs he's got, he's in Croatia, in Europe. It's not just climate change. Unfortunately, if you don't sense that the whole bloody planet is in turmoil and the blinking skies are falling in, so to speak, if you haven't watched weather cams, if you haven't got your camera out and seen them bloody skies for yourself, then you're in for a rude awakening very, very, very soon. The comets, it's not just a pole shift changes either. And I got anything on this thing. Oh, Mo, hiya. I didn't even know anybody was in the chat. Oh my gosh, what happened? Due to the Tracer live stream. Okay, I'm on the phone streaming. I'm absolutely, my back is killing me. So, just had something to eat, right? How are you? I've had thank goodness, I've had plain all day. The link she sent me the other day by email, thank you for that. Because that's been really sort of like positive, it's a motivational, positive, excuse me, it's all kicking off around here. Not just me though. In They're bringing in England all those so-called refugees in Afghanistan, and it's all predestined and planned. Yet you've got people are absolutely packing out, unfortunately, in the town centre, homeless, a lot more people as well, and yet they can't find homes to help them. They can't get the act together in my situation, for example. I'm just one of many. And generally, I'm talking about, not specifics. And yet they can spend, they've got this magic pot of gold in UK so-called treasury to fund all these every town and city, right? They're pushing this narrative. I just read the document by chance. I wasn't looking for it, and I just stumbled across it earlier, and I wasn't surprised. I was being bombarded with wanting my data again, which I'm not going to be doing willingly at present for a lot of reasons. So I was just very busy trying to carefully deal with that. It's not going to go away, but while I'm physically still trying to battle the demonic entities, and the practical level sort of thing as well. These families, they're pushing the agendas. Oh my goodness, this is just going to clash with ordinary people struggling as it is, losing their jobs or businesses with the lockdowns, especially over in this part of the world. And I can see a lot of potential in the next week to 2 weeks, a severe, well, not so much perhaps in my particular location because they're all dumbed down. Majority, anyway, of people. They're going to fall for it because they've been building up support of the military. Well, alternative platform yesterday now. Somebody posted a video, Telegram app group, and of a place, I'm not sure what part of the country, I think it's Wiltshire, which is like ex-military, and they suffering, these individuals, ex-army, British Army, their PTSD really bad, and this woman, I think she had some land and she's made it into sort of like a really good place for these people to go for break. And what happened at MI5, MI6, armed police from Kent, that sort of region. And there was she quoted on the video, about 12 military helicopters descended on their land. And because they don't want any civil unrest, okay, they don't want the ex-military out of service, ex-military, to fight back and with the public, against this this communist world we're in now and the takeover going on. So they were digging up the land. They were apparently in the video. They were digging up, and they putting this gun to the head of a baby. Not the gun, but the red thing of a gun, laser, I think you call it, to a baby's head. How sick is this? This is in England of 2021. So, seeing all this alternative information from first-hand people there, and others getting information about from the 6th next week, or after Bank Holiday, week after, of September 2020, kids age groups from 12 to 15-year-olds with or without consent of the parents are going to be forced vaccinations as well. Offered, I should say the word, but a lot of the parents may or may not know what the lawful rights are. So that will be another, well, that is already going off. There's a lot of alternative social media, which is being monitored anyway. So many people up in arms, and what they do in Australia are doing the blockade for lorries, distribution foods and that kind of thing. It's something that's being planned for England. I'm not quite specifics yet on that. So there's going to be a lot of mix, really, of the weather. By the way, your links, the videos you gave me was excellent on. I linked in, researched further, and that's tomorrow. I'll read the chat in a minute because I'm actually, my back is killing me. So I'm just trying to balance. Yeah, so knowing the fact that powers that be will not tell the public if there is going to be the weather phenomena, which I've got the good source and videos and warned that England from the southwest through to Wales, that direction of England, up to not quite to the you've got the Peak District, so it won't go as far, but it's going to go more middle of England and will be affected by those that's the areas that's got rivers. So people by the coastlines and rivers is going to rise, and it's going to happen quite quickly. And then, of course, people that is not aware, you know, with this technology, with this brain, you know, the mind control and the demonic side of it all, been out socializing and holidaying, and there is certain individuals in the Masonic Freemasonry, they know what's going on, what's planned, and a certain neighbour, he has not gone away at all. If anything wasn't planned or going about to happen, he would have gone off for 2 weeks holiday or something like that. You know, he's got those kind of connections, and he's the biggest, worst perpetrator going next door. Anyway, so that is, the comets are mixed in with the low level clouds. I've witnessed again, I mean, I'm having to set my alarm, lack of sleep again for me. Not that it's that unusual, but when you don't feel safe in your own blinking flat because you've got alleged drug dealers above you and opposite you, and they are paid by powers that be, shall we say, because they've just had to sell their souls out, haven't they? So, yeah, so I'm protected, you know. I mean, whoever's got a spiritual belief and faith, it is not to get easy said and done, but it's not to, how do I put it? Not to get extremely concerned, upset, panic, because when you see chaos and so many alleged, I have to put the word alleged, false events happening around you all at once, perhaps, I'm just saying it could happen all at once, then the mindset of individuals would just be, what? They just had enough, and they might just, you know, react negatively. and quite dangerously. So everyone, human nature, and at the same time you got the Afghanistan situation coming over in England. I don't know that are they doing it in America, I'm not sure, but it's always bloody England. I mean, come on, the Rothschilds, the banking families. I mean, all this in history, and you research it or find out who is control. It is really all connected to one thing on this physical plane, anyway. The 13 bloodline families back a long time ago. I found some really, really old documents and information. And from my religious upbringing, I know quite a bit about BC centuries and AD centuries in the biblical, having Moses and what a quote in the Bible, King James Bible version, and other sort of like the Enoch, fallen angels. I've found some more information about that side too, and the mixing of human DNA with the fallen angels, and the offsets of that is of the hybrids. And yes, there are the races, the bloodlines, 13 bloodline families. The reason why the targeted subject is because they are targeting the chosen ones. Well, its terminology is those of the bloodline from the times of Joshua, Jesus. And those, we're talking about a lot of research. So when they've been looking for, allegedly again, for blood, checking people's, I just want to take your blood test, things casually like this over years, you think, oh, that's just general everyday stuff. And then they want to take your DNA, right? And then you don't realise, perhaps at the time, why, just something, goes on. And then when you put it together, the bigger picture, which I know about genealogy from the religious upbringing I've had and how intense it's been for some time, and finding these recent documents, it all links up, unfortunately, together with a massive quantum computer database in Utah, America, which is the history of the religion I was raised into is very much Freemasonry. And yeah, so they're always been hunting down those with the DNA the gene line in from the biblical era of Joshua, Jesus Christ, our Lord, our Saviour. And I'm the one to look at facts. I don't go on just whatever people conspiracies. I don't do that. So for a long time, I didn't think much to it all, but obviously experiencing firsthand the demonic attacks of it, extreme measure, more than ever for a long time, most recently. Now I know what I know. It's all, this earth is finished, as we know it. And never be afraid of it, because we are all spiritual. Our souls, our essence, we're spiritual. This is just, we're here for a reason. We're spiriting in this body forms, on this earth. But yet the earth is not made for God's children, It's made for Satan, the demonic side of life, the worshippers, the demonic side. And what I was taught as a young kid growing up, I took no notice of. Because I just thought it's just indoctrination. But here I am all these years later, finally working it all out in my own logical way. And yeah, so it is very important though. This program is very, very dangerous. As like Moses just put some links in. Let's check. I'm gonna go in and click on them. I'm glad that Nappy looks, was on earlier. Okay. Hi Skywatcher, how are you? I've got 2 channels running. Hi Skywatcher, how are you? I've got 2 channels running. Hi Skywatcher, how are you? I've got 2 channels running. How are you coping yourself? Right, I'll go back to the channel and see where Mo has put the links for me. See if it's in this channel. Right, okay, I'm here. War and hostility in the spiritual world. Well
Right,
done,
okay,
I'll just put that. Wayne Daniel, okay, God bless his soul. Okay.
I ain't gonna say nothing. Hey, guys, check this out. You said about who, Lawrence? Yeah, I'm gonna say something about his ass. But I got something I want to say about this other guy that left this comment on my, fucking channel. Actually, was I gang stalking the lady at Papa John's? Hey, what's going on, everybody? YouTube out there. Hey, look, I'm here today, man. Early this morning, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's early in the morning. I just got up. You know, woke up from the house and everything. Oh yeah, I'm back at the house anyway. I mean, I'm not like super officially out there, but yeah, guys. I mean, everything is good for right now. You know, hey G-Rock, you see I got the shirt on, bro. You know, I had to represent this shirt this morning. Told you I wear it on a good day. You know, the day look all messy out there, man. It's gonna rain here pretty soon. You know, it is gonna rain today. It rained yesterday. It was pretty nasty out here today. But all in all, man.
Gosh. This is Wayne passed away. We got to give Sainton any room today. Tried to sign up for his disability. Listen to that one.
Now y'all see this, right? As I went to go apply for SSI, because being a target individual, with all this happening to you, and you being honest with the counselors and everything, letting them know about what's going on, and they give you diagnosis, telling you that, no, that's not true. What you're going through is not true. They know what's going on. They know exactly what's going on as far as human health behavior is concerned. Now, this is the notification of me trying to get disability in SSI. I was straight up denied. Okay.
Denied.
I'm making this video for a reason, for some odd reason. Making a video. I was denied, right? Unfavorable. Okay? And I let them know that the government was fucking with me. They wanted me to take all this kind of this goes to show that this is a waste of time. Now the judge thinks that I'm pretty normal. But then again, you get these motherfuckers from Infogard that tell the public that you're crazy and shit like that. But then again, when you go sign up for the check,
they don't.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't giving it to you. You know what I mean? See this? All this.
He's in America, Wayne, so based in England. What goes on? I went through hell 2018 with similar version to what the late Wayne Daniels had been denied. And luckily I learned about certain subjects in law and started my battle, shall we say, then. And that's when my late mum died at the same time. That's when I just found out that I was a targeted individual. And it was a massive nightmare. So I'm still here. I've got my mum's DNA and the strength in her, which gave me the DNA. So I don't know what happened. So let's have. Oh God, did you hear that bang? Banging and louder, and the whole bloody door were falling. That's number 7 perk. War and hostility in the spiritual world. I'll play that in a minute. Premier Judas Traitor. Okay, I have to watch the music copyright. Let me just highlight that. I'm posting Judas. Okay. This is Wayne's channel. Rest in peace. I highlight that because don't